Welcome in, everybody. It's Main Street Today time, telling the stories of the mid-teens. And this next fella, you're just going to love him. I told you I like to have my horse people on just about every day. And he loves horses and cowboying and all that kind of stuff. But he had a dream of being an actor. I want to introduce you to my friend, James Stokes.
Get out here! I want to talk to you!
To the counter, I could tell. He was a teller, Earl. We don't do things like
Listen,
this.
there's no sense arguing about this now. How much did we get?
I'm not done with this. Deborah,
Adam,
how are you?
Sarah, my love, it's so good to see you.
It's always a pleasure.
Joseph, they're here.
As God is my witness, if you touch my family, I will follow you to the gates of hell and get my revenge! I hate leaving you and little Jacob here alone, but I have to make it to town to get the deed. I should be home before sunup to meet the surveyor, but we can't lose our water supply to this livestock. Thinking about leaves, twigs, and debris in your gutter? Probably not.
Mom, I'm home. Hey, honey, come in the kitchen. Your dad's on video chat. Come on. The only gift I need is you being here on Christmas.
Yeah, about that. Maddie, I don't think I'm gonna make it in time. Merry Christmas, Maddie.
Daddy!
You're not
Wow.
gonna make it. You're not gonna make it in time because you're so busy.
Yeah, that was awesome. I appreciate that really a whole lot, Devin. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what? I started looking into all the every time I see you on country or another place to do a film, and 2020 has really boosted as far as what you're doing in the film world. You've been busy, busy, busy.
I've been very blessed as far as being an actor in 2020. I've had a lot of people call me wanting me to audition, and I got a lot of roles and stuff in 2020, and 2021 is hasn't slowed down any.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yes.
I want to go back to you had that. I always say there's always a little nugget inside everyone, something that they go, look, I haven't done this yet. How long have you had that dream of being an actor?
Oh, wow. Well, it started a long time ago, back in high school. You know, I was always musical theater. You know, I sang and danced. You know, I did that forever. And the acting bug came when, well, I got to be an extra in Pure Country. You know, in Pure Country 2 and stuff like that. It was amazing. You know, and that kind of gave me the bug. And then I had a friend in Hopkinsville that did a lot of short films, and just asking for extras. And I thought that would be fun. This is something I've always wanted to do. So I went down, and, you know, you meet people during the production and stuff, and it just, things escalate. And I met this director from Nashville that was down there with him, and he put me in a film in a lead role, that Soldier's Joy movie that you showed parts of a while ago, where I was shooting the gun on the horse. And, from there, I met my agent here in Nashville, and it just kind of went downhill from there, and started doing some commercials. And the more I got put out there, the more roles that I was getting. And yeah, and now it's escalated to overseas. And I've had directors call me personally and ask me for, to be in their movies, and it's been a fun journey, that's for sure. And I work hard at it, and I don't stop. So I guess that's the key to it, is not stopping.
Truly, one of the things that I think is important to note is you have a lot of special skills, and if someone wants to pursue acting, having special skills is part of the deal, because there are a lot of people who put on their resume they ride horses, and then they get to the set and they don't know how to ride a horse, and that can be really dangerous.
It can be very dangerous. Yeah, any kind of animal that you're working with on set is always, it could be a danger. Well, first of all, you don't lie about what you can do. I mean, that's the thing. There's no reason to do that. Take the time and learn the skill, and that's the best way to do it. It may take you a little bit longer than the other person, but that's the best way to do it without getting hurt. As far as riding horses, I've been around horses all my life, and I mean, I grew up. My dad had horses. We had horses and pigs and cows and everything else growing up, chickens and everything. We lived on a farm. I mean, that's just the way it was. Rode professionally for a while in IPRA, International Pro Rodeo Association, barebacks and bulls. So I did that for a while, and so I learned the skill, like that. But it does help having more skills in your box, when it comes to movies and stuff, because it makes it look more realistic, and they don't have to make up stuff as much. So I'm almost 50. So I got to stay in good shape. I work out 6 days a week. I gotta, if I'm going to run with the big boys, I gotta keep myself up. So.
Truth, I will say your workout schedule. Now, this is another thing, taking care of yourself.
Yes.
To physical requirements of acting. It's not just showing up at a set and going and repeating lines. You do very physical roles, very, very physical roles. So what is your regimen? What's your everyday like?
Every day. Well, okay. When I'm not acting, I work in lawn care. So I'm out pushing, a spreader on the lawn, or pulling a hose, spraying lawns and stuff like that. I advertise it on Facebook a lot. I work for a great company, Weedman Lawn Care. I don't mind plugging them a little bit, but I mean, it's a great company. They really are. But I do that. And then after I get off work, I go home, I change clothes, and I head to the gym. And I'm in the gym for an hour and a half to 2 hours almost every night. At this point in my life, I maintain. I don't lift like real heavy weight anymore. I just kind of maintain what I already have. So, and I do that, one, not to hurt myself, because, you pull a muscle, you're going to be down for several weeks. Well, in my profession, as far as acting, you may have someone call you today to be on set tomorrow. So if you're hurt, well, then there's a possibility you can't do that role and you'll miss out on something. So I try to take care of myself. I try to eat, pretty much right. And I try to stay in the gym to keep my body as well as I can to be almost 50 years old. So.
Well, you do an amazing job. You can follow you on Instagram and know exactly what we're talking about. And I love that you ended up in a movie with what they call, not every man can go and hang out with Brock O'Hearn. He's called the prettiest man on Instagram, and
he's a pretty man. You can put that right. Yeah,
that's one of your first movies.
Yes, it was great. Brock is a great guy. So I got to know him on set and got to hang out with him. I still text him every now and then. We're still friends. He's really a great guy. But yes, I did get to hang out, and I've hung out with some pretty big names. Got a movie premiere coming out April 30th. It's going to be premiering in Nashville.
What is it?
And it's called Reunion from Hell. I do a lot of horror films. That's one genre that I really do like. I get put in horror films a lot because I am a bigger guy and I get to play some pretty good characters. But this one is called Reunion from Hell. We're having the premiere in Nashville on April 30th. So I'm looking forward to that. It's got Kathy Podwell in it from Dallas. She was in Dallas back in the 80s. Night of the Demons. She's been out of movies for about 20 years, and this is her pretty much debut movie coming back into the scene. So me and her worked together, and that was amazing. And she is an amazing actress. Hayden Newman is also in it, and he wrote it and directed it and all that. It's going to be, I think it's definitely theatrically ready to be in the movie theater. So I think that's going to be really good.
Well, and your movies, real quick, they've taken you all over the United States, but you've been to some foreign countries this year.
I have. I got a chance. I got a call from a Romanian director on a Monday, and he said that a position. I had already inquired about this movie before, and they said that they already had it cast. Well, the American actor that was in that role dropped out for some reason. I don't know what. He didn't tell me, but he said before he casted it, he wanted to offer it to me. I said, okay, yeah, I would love to have it. When do you need me over there? And he goes, Saturday. And I'm going, oh, wow. So like I have a week to get ready. So literally I got everything ready that I needed to, my COVID test and all that stuff, and got on a plane and for 16 hours and went to Romania and shot a movie called Adrenaline. It's an action-packed movie with Louis Mandylor, Costas Mandylor. So it's going to be really good. It's a Lionsgate film as well. And I just wanted to say real quick, I just got cast as Jason Voorhees, and that's an iconic character. So for me to play Jason Voorhees in a fan film about Jason, movies between 8 and 9 of the Jason franchise, that's very big for me. So I'm looking forward to shooting that here later this summer.
Well, we're going to talk to you again.
Oh, okay.
Before those things premiere, okay? Can we talk to you again before those things come out?
Absolutely. Yeah, the premiere for Reunion from Hell is April 30th. So if you want to get me on before that, that'd be great.
Awesome.
And I appreciate it, Devin.
Thank you so much, James. So you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love all the stuff going on in Nashville and surrounding areas. Did you know that there's a connection with Kentucky? And there's a connection with Nashville and Mr. Rogers. There's a connection with the music industry and Mr. Rogers. Just give a look. There's something really special coming up this weekend. I'm going to play a little bit of some of the people who will be involved.
Thank you for caring and helping us grow, sharing ideas that we needed to know. But more important for all that you do, thank you for being you. Thank you for helping us stand on our own. Thank you for bringing the world to our home. Music and stories that we never knew. Thank you for being you. Words could never measure. A gift would be too small. But more than any treasure, we love you most of all. Yes, we do. how we've grown, for all of the dreams that you helped to come true, all of the memories too. Memories too. Thank you for being you.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Gracias, Mr. Rogers.
We love you.
That beautiful project. We have Dennis Scott to thank for that. Wow. Tell us the whole fascination, Dennis, and what you did to bring the story, the songs of Mr. Rogers to life more than once.
Well, it's really easy because you're working with the music of a man who was not only gifted as an educator, but he was a fine musician. A lot of people don't know that he wrote over 200 songs for his television show. And people tend to associate him with children's music, which I understand. But if you take a look at these songs, they are really complex. Even the artist, Jackie Velasquez, commented, she says, these songs are complicated. And they are, but they're accessible as well to children and for adult ears. And I wanted to take Mr. Rogers' songs and make sure they got the treatments they deserved. And we had all these different artists performing his songs, putting their stamp on it. And I think they hold up as well today as they did when he started his show. And also, they've still got messages for all of us to listen to and great musicianship. So it's got it all. It made my job easy.
Well,
sort of.
as producer and the gatherer of talent that you've created this beautiful special, tomorrow is a happy event. Let's see. Let's get it up there. A virtual celebration. It's going to be on YouTube and tell us where they can find this. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Central Time.
Yes, if you tune in to thankyouMrRogers.com, that's our website, and it should be right there on the first thing you'll see on the screen. You'll be able to click on it, and I think there'll be links if you want to watch it as a Facebook event or other ways. But it's all pretty right there for you to see. And again, thank you, Mr. Rogers, which we named that website and the album that I did because when I was talking to people, interviewing them about their Mr. Rogers experience, and I said, what would you say to Mr. Rogers if you could meet him today? And the first thing people say, I would just like to thank him. So that's how it all came together.
Oh, it's just beautiful. And the album project, you can listen and stream anywhere. It's got the Cowsills and Jackie Velasquez and Jim Brickman and John Cicada, Kelly Pickler, Lee Greenwood, Marilyn McCoo, and Billy Davis Jr., Mickey Dolenz from Sandy Patty, Tom Bergeron, who host the special tomorrow, and Vanessa Williams. Oh, my Lord.
Yes, and a special treat. You will get to find out that Tom Bergeron is not only a great host and a great TV personality, he's a pretty good singer and a great whistler.
I saw that in that last clip. I went, Tom.
And that was just an accident. We went to record him to host the event, and we got him to sing. And he said, and in the middle of, he just started whistling. I said, do that again. And he said, he's just great. It just comes natural to him.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Thank you, MrRogers.com is the website that people go to. Go and find this beautiful project, and you can stream it, you can buy it, you can get it there. And tomorrow, the Happy Birthday, Mr. Rogers virtual event will be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you can go to thankyouMrRogers.com. And Dennis, before we get out of here, I know that you want Mr. Rogers in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. You want the Songwriters Hall of Fame to recognize all that Fred has done.
I do. And if you guys feel the same way as I do, which is that a great song is a great song. And a song that belongs in the Great American Songbook would be a song like Mr. Rogers, because we're still humming them and singing them today, and the message is still relevant today, and they're well-written songs. He belongs in there along with Cole Porter and Gershwin and everybody else. And so if you go to thankyouMrRogers.com, there's a place where you can actually help us sign our petition and get Fred in where he belongs. And music was his first love. He would be so pleased. It would be the best birthday present we could give him.
Well, thank you so much for spearheading this event, because I have tears in my eyes because I realize how these songs have affected me.
Me too.
And
me too.
If our world needed Fred Rogers, it is now.
Absolutely. We hear that a lot, and it's true. If you watch some of these interviews, you'll see people with the same sentiment.
Thank you so much for being with us, Dennis.
Oh, thank you for having me. Great meeting you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I got a great story here, and we move on to Nashville. There's good news about Nashville when it comes to the economy. On the Today Show, they had a special announcement, and it happened. And so I'll just share this little nugget with you before we meet our next guest. Briana Domenica is in our waiting room, but before that, Nashville made the list of the top 10 places in the U.S. to live after the pandemic on NBC's Today Show with one of New York's top realtors, Stephanie Birkin. She based her list on the cost of living and opportunities. While Boulder, Colorado, Portland, Oregon, and Des Moines, Iowa took the top spots, Nashville was solidly in the middle of the top 10 because of opportunities and innovators available at the Nashville Entrepreneur Center, reasonable cost of living, access to good medical care, great retirement communities, and relatively low taxes. She also spotlighted the great weather in Nashville. I just think she ought to wait 10 minutes. That'll change. You can see the whole story by going to today.com.
I'm Briana Domenica. I moved to Nashville from Lighthouse Point, Florida in 2018 to pursue a music career. And in that time, I've had the incredible opportunity to work with amazing industry professionals.
I know that place that you're living in. I've heard those lies that you believe. I know the feeling of being broken.
Since moving to Nashville, I have written close to 100 songs, recorded and released 2 singles, and filmed my very first music video, which premiered exclusively on ccmmagazine.com.
A child is born to save the world. He is the way, but I won't get the truth or night divine.
Speaking of firsts, I recently signed my first publishing deal with Dallas Gregory at Song Rocket Music, and I'm so excited to be recording my Warrior in Me album.
You fill me up with courage to face my fear. Give me strength when I am weak. I embrace all that I'm meant to be. I will.
Why is why suicide? Why is this subject important to you?
I have lost 3 family members to suicide. One of those family members was my oldest brother, David Arthur Colomeco. He was my best friend. It changed my life. My brother, my aunt, my cousin, and I have struggled with suicidal thoughts and feelings. In response to that, we have created the Warrior in Me outreach program, which focuses on suicide prevention and awareness.
You're not invisible. You're not invisible.
We lost my cousin Chris to the choice of suicide back in 1996. I was only 4 at the time. This time I was 16. And in that moment, something inside of me broke. Should I run out in front of a car, slit my wrist, drown myself? I'm gonna ask a question, but please don't raise your hands. Have any of you ever had those types of thoughts? I'm gonna raise mine for you, because I did. Have any of you ever felt feelings of insecurity, anxiety, worthlessness, fear? And that's why I'm here today, to share the tips and tools that have helped me and countless others overcome these destructive thoughts. Because through counseling, music, and my faith, I learned there was a light at the end of the tunnel. We all have physical and emotional scars, so why not embrace them? Find beauty in them.
Look inside and find your faith unshakable. You're not invisible.
Now, I'm thrilled to be bringing our music and message to each and every one of you.
You're not invisible.
And with that, we welcome our next guest. That was so beautifully done, I had to just play it. Is it okay, Briana, that I shared that?
Of course it is. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Devin. I so appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for being so open about the truth of how suicide is. This morning, there was a story in Middle Tennessee that they're making some temporary changes out on the Natchez Trace Bridge and named the Suicide Bridge. And they're doing some safeguards now to stop people. That is how prevalent it is. And that story came out this morning.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to dealing with suicide, and you shared in that beautiful, eloquent interview how it affected you, but how have you been able to help other people? What are some of the letters and some of the comments that you've gotten with The Warrior in Me that just
I
came
had
out?
one in particular individual who had texted me and just said he was dangerously close to taking his life, and I didn't know where he was, or because sometimes people, like, it's become such a, I hate to say slang, but people are like, I'm stressed. Like they say it jokingly, and me being in the ministry I'm in, I have to take everything very seriously. And so I just called 911 and I was like, listen, I have no idea where this guy is. All I have is a home address for him. I don't know if he's there, but I need you to check. And they got to him in time, and a couple, I'd say probably about, it wasn't last Christmas, like maybe 2 Christmases ago, he sent me a Facebook message and just kind of thanked me for saving his life. And that was just, I didn't save his life. I mean, God used me to save his life, but just to know that God's using me in this way, after having lost so many people and having struggled myself, is just a way to turn my pain into purpose and help other families not go through what my family went through.
Turn my pain into purpose. how important that statement is. It's a big statement. And of all the things I said, God chooses everybody to do something. And so why did you choose me to carry this flag?
Right.
Why in the world, there's, couldn't you help, what about puppies? Puppies are good. Let me do that job.
Yeah.
When it comes to the new music, tell us where we can find your music and a little bit about what we have to look forward to with The Warrior in Me, this new project.
Yes. So it is out and available on all streaming platforms. I worked with Grammy award-winning musician Nate Cornell of For King and Country. And he was amazing. He just brought this project to life and pulled things out of me in the studio that were just took me to a level I didn't know I could go, honestly, pulled me out of my comfort zone. So I'm so proud of this project and my entire team who helped me with this project. I mean, it truly takes a village. From Nate with the producing, excuse me, and all of my co-writers. I had the opportunity to write with some incredible co-writers on this project: John Lamonis, Keith Ridenauer, Gina Zell, Rachel Barentine, Patrick Dodge, Rhonda Funk, Nathan Woodard, all amazing people, and just so honored to write with them, and grateful that they were able to help me bring my story into songs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And how many people you're going to get to bless? Well, I've got to go because we've got a bunch of people who are responding. I understand you, Briana. We are never alone. My next tattoo is a semicolon.
Yes.
I love that. Beautiful.
I always said if ever I was to get a tattoo, it would be of a semicolon.
Yeah.
Or now the little warrior arrow, which is kind of my thing. So, but
I was going to say, I love your logo. Where did you?
That's actually a funny story.
You come up with that?
I am not a graphic person at all. Like, graphics, not my thing. And it was the middle of the night. I just woke up with this vision of this logo, and I hadn't even written the Warrior in Me song yet. Like, I was like, Warrior in Me, what is this? I have no idea. And I just got up and drew it. And mind you, probably a 3-year-old could draw it better than I did. But I just had to get it out there. Like I said, it was like 3 a.m, got up, and then I brought it to a graphic designer, my chicken scratch, really, to my graphic designer, Wade Hunt, and he just brought this to life. And that's actually how the song came to be. The next day I had a co-write with my friend Swampy, and he was like, I was like, I need to write this song. I don't know why. This title, I had no idea it was going to turn into the movement it has become. But, God speaks to us in the weirdest times, even when we're sleeping.
Truth. I would say, pay attention to your dreams.
Yes.
Full circle to how we started this show. Pay attention to your dreams because they will tell you what your journey is to be. Thank you, Briana, for sharing your story. We're going to close with an acoustic video that you've shared. I encourage everybody to follow everything about you. How do they do that?
Yes, I am on Instagram, Facebook at Briana Domenica Music. Also, my website is brianadomenica.com. It's a little tricky, but the name is on the screen. It's Briana with one N and Domenica with an E instead of an I. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And we're going to say so long with this beautiful video to encourage love in this world because we need a whole bunch of it.
Yes.
Before we get out of here, let's take a look at a few more of the comments that we had. Sherry, she was loving that we had Dennis Scott on. What a treat. That was amazing. Dallas and I so enjoyed that tribute. Love listening to you. And she's also checked in about us, and they're so proud of you and your story. So, And let me see who else is checked in. Steve Ram is checking in this morning. Hi, Steve. Gloria Williamson checked in this morning. So, hi, Gloria. You guys, if you're watching anywhere other than Main Street today, hop on over there and follow us there, because that's where we're always live, and as well as on all of the Main Street pages. Well, and remember, you are loved. And we're going to all just wave as we say goodbye with a beautiful Briana Domenica song.